Boker Tov. I would like to talk to you today about Shavuot. Shavuot is a Jewish holiday, and it's called Shavuot because it's celebrated exactly 7 weeks after Passover. Shavuot in Hebrew means weeks. It also has many other names or nicknames that we use in Israel. One of them is Chag HaKatzir. By the way, I'll be using this book to show you some illustrations. We're not going to be reading the whole thing, but I will just show you a couple of pictures here. So Chag HaKatzir means the holiday of harvest. This is when we harvest our crops, our first crops of the season. It is also called Chag HaAsif, which is when we collect our first crops of the season. Now, in the olden days, when the temple existed, people would go up to the temple on Shavuot and bring gatherings into the temple, and they would bring the first things that they collected around this time of year, which was usually chita, wheat, se'ura, barley, geffen, grapes, te'ena, figs, rimon, pomegranate, zait, olives, and tamar, dates. These are the most common crops that are already around this time of year in the Israel area. Another name for Shavuot is actually Chag Matan Torah. Matan Torah is the receiving of the Torah, and I'm going to show you a picture here, which should look a little bit familiar if you know anything about Passover. This is Moses on Mount Sinai receiving the Ten Commandments. And this is why we call this holiday Chag Matan Torah, because it wasn't written so, but traditionally people believe that this is around what time Moses had received the Ten Commandments. Now, what do we do to celebrate Shavuot? There are several things that we do. First of all, Shavuot is a holiday that celebrates our first crops of the season. And these days, it's not necessarily what I just told you, the list of things that I told you, but it's usually sort of became, right now, people just use fruit and dairy products. And they put them in a special basket called Salselat Bechurim, and that means Salsela, basket, full of the firsts, Bechurim. Bechor means the first one. So if you're the first child of the family, if you're the oldest child of the family, you would be Bechor. Now, the meaning here is the first crops. At some point, people started to add dairy products to their baskets. It's also called tene, by the way. And the reason for adding the dairy products to the baskets is because Israel is Eretz Ze'avat Chalav Udvash, the country of the land of milk and honey. And so this is why we put sweet fruit and milk products in our Salselat Bekurim. And when children go to school in Israel, or to the kindergarten, preschool, they usually on this day they would wear some sort of head decoration with flowers on it to celebrate the season, and they will be carrying the basket full of goodies. Now, like I said, the traditional ones would be wheat, barley, dates, figs, pomegranates, things, or olives, things that not all kids necessarily like. So what we do usually in Israel is we fill our basket with things that the child would eat, because they're taking it to school to either share and eat or just eat by themselves. So I'm going to show you what I did here. I took a regular little basket and I decorated it with some festive flowers and some butterflies and stuff. Make it look nice and springy and beautiful. And I'm going to add to this things that I know my kids would eat. So let's start with the dairy products. So yogurt, any kind of yogurt would work. Cheese, gvina. That's what my kids like, gvina. Now to the fruit, I'm not gonna add anything from the list because they don't need it. So I'm going to add tapuach, an apple, tapuz, an orange, some tutim, strawberries, tutim, and a banana. And this is my salsalat b'churim. So this is what my kids will be receiving for this holiday.